Welcome to the teachings of Ashanti. I'm so glad you could join me today in this video. Today I will be discussing the universal node as revealed by Ashanti. Now you must understand that this explanation is not the be-all and the end-all of the universal node. This is just a basic discussion explaining a very, very complicated five-dimensional structure. The explanation that I will be giving today on paper is just to help you to understand the basics of the universal node as explained to me by Ashanti. Thank you. I hope that you will enjoy the video. Okay, here we have the universal node represented as a graph paper again, as I explained before. This line moving from left to right is the continual line of the point of now. This is the line that represents the moment of now, forever the moment of now. Then we introduce lifelines. Let me explain it like this first. There we've got lifelines. There's one, and there's one. This is the point where you are born. Then you go through your lifeline. Depending on the length of your lifeline, you die there. This one is born there. It dies. Its lifeline is shorter. This one, these two were born at the same time on the same line. This one was born a little bit later. This one a little bit later. This one was quite a while later than that one was born. So you've got the different lifelines. Of course, this is an infinite amount of lifelines to the left and to the right. Now let me introduce the other piece of paper again. Now you'll see there's a slanted line there and a slanted line here on this piece. This is the lifelines, the smaller piece of paper. Now it moves along at a slant. I told you before the paper moves as if it has been pulled, but it goes in a slant, right? Below this point of now is your future. It hasn't been realized. Once it reaches that line, it's in the now, then it's realized. Once it goes beyond the line of now, it goes into the past. So these lifelines are moving at a slant commensurate with that line on the bigger piece of paper. So it's moving through all the time. Now, there's the line of now. There's the first three lifelines coming. They are going to be born. Now they're on the line of the point of now. These ones, they're all being born now. But the paper keeps on moving. So now you're going further in your lifeline, further in its lifeline, further. That you have been born. It's now in the past. It's a few weeks on. Now the paper moves on continually. Your lifeline gets longer. You go further into your life and then you go on. But this one has crossed the point of line of now already. This one has died. This one is still alive. He is now right there. That one is still alive. He's right there on the line of the point of now. The paper moves continually. But as you will see, this paper moves to the left and upwards. To the left is all the unrealized higher consciousness timelines still available on this side. The whole of humanity. This paper is endless to that side, endless to that side. So it's continually moving into the future, into a higher consciousness. And at the same time, the lifelines are going into the past. You're living your life. You're getting to the end of your life. You can also jump lifelines, as I explained before. You can move, say you're on this lifeline, you have been born in the now you're at that point on this lifeline. You've lived your life a little bit, but now you want to jump through a dark transition or a light transition, or you consciously decide you want to move to a higher consciousness, because everything upwards to the left is higher consciousness lifelines. These are lower down the bottom here. So if you want to jump, you can jump into an unoccupied that hasn't been occupied. These lines haven't been occupied, those lines haven't. So you can jump into that and start there in the point of now on that line and live your life further on a higher consciousness level, on a different lifeline as before. And the paper just moves on continually. Life goes through, you go through your lifeline, it gets longer and longer till the point you die, and it crosses the point of now. This side is the lower, coming from the lower. So anything above this line of the point of now is going into the past of humanity, right up to the beginning of the cavemen or prehistoric people. It starts right there at the top. Remember, this paper is infinitely going this way, infinitely going that way, infinitely going this way, infinitely. It's not just like this paper has got an end there. So your past history of humankind lies that way, and the future of humankind lies this way. And humankind, this is all the lifelines infinitely to this side, is moving through all the time, but moving towards higher consciousness into the future. That what wasn't being occupied here is now being occupied by these lifelines as they came through. But there's always infinite amount of unoccupied lifelines lying further into the future. You can also shift directly if you're on this lifeline and you want to shift dramatically. You can go right into the future and occupy a lifeline there, like a Albert Einstein, going right into the future, getting new knowledge and new wisdom. I will continue with this discussion a little bit later. Thank you very much for watching.